All right, so let's review. Vowel sounds. A vowel sound is made when air flows freely through your mouth. Okay? You can make the A, the the E, I, O, or U, Okay? But that time, the air is just flowing from your vocal cords right up through and out the mouth. Okay? All right, remember the vowels have these sounds. They've got a long sound, which is their name. They've got a short sound, and then they have this little thing called schwa sound. A schwa sound. The long sounds, just like their name. The schwa sound is the sound of a vowel in an unstressed syllable, so it won't have any accent on it. And if you look in the dictionary and see this little thing that looks like an upside down E, that's your schwa, okay? And every vowel can make that, it can use that sound. It can say it can say, read those. Let's read those. Those all have the schwa sound. Let's read. About, item, gallop, and circus. Every one of them had the sound. And so if you're trying to spell by sound, if you're trying to spell a word by sound and you hear you really don't know, if you haven't memorized it, whether to put an I, an E, or an O, or U in it, okay? Because it makes the same sound, okay? All right, so those are the three sounds. Let's read these, and I want you to listen for this one. This is what you would see in the dictionary for long A. It's a little A with a line over it. So if you looked in the dictionary, you would say what? And you would say, and you'd say, and you'd say, but what if it had this little sign over it? You would say, apple, taxi, and tackle, okay? Short and long, okay? E, if you look in the dictionary, it's going to have that little line, so let's read and listen for that long E sound. E, needle, teach. Let's read and listen for the okay? Elm, egg, dentist, den, okay? All right, let's look at I, and let's read and listen for I. Oh, isn't this a real fun one? I, okay? And cry. So why is your vowel saying I, and tile, and violin? Okay. Listen for I, and read. Okay. And let's look for your long O, and you're going to listen for O. Okay? So, O, domino, pillow, boat, toe. Listen for ah. All right, read and listen for ah. Hop, chop, pop, octopus. Octopus. You got it. You've got short sound, you've got a schwa, and you have a long U, octopus. Okay. All right. Okay, 3 syllables, words. So each syllable's got to have a vowel sound, right? Okay. All right, U, long U. Let's read and listen for U. U. Salute. Use. Ooze. I don't think I pronounce it that way. Down south, I don't think we pronounce it that way. Do you? Goose. I don't know. That's in the dictionary. I don't think I say it that way. But anyway, I say goose. Ooh. Goose. But that's okay. Goose. All right. Short U is going to say what sound? So listen for and up, cut, subtract, and umbrella. Okay? Now, I want to tell you, I don't know if I was taught to read this way. I don't know. I just felt like I always could read. I don't know how I was taught to read. I really don't know if anybody taught me this or not. When I went to college and I had to take this, I was going, did I ever know this stuff? I just read. Somehow I just read. I don't know if I was an intuitive reader or what. But anyway, maybe you were. Do any, especially you younger folks. Michelle, do you remember, or Aaron, do you remember how you were taught to read?
Phonics.
You were taught phonics.
I remember phonics class in like first or second grade.
Yeah. You remember? You were phonics. Anybody else even remember? Do you remember, Kenyon? How? Phonics?
Each letter had an animal that represented the sound. So
Yeah. 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 You remember, Harold? Okay. These are fun. These are control vowels. Okay? And Mr. R just kind of controls everybody else. You don't want to be called Bossy R. Okay. Bossy R says AR has to sound like R. So let's read these and listen for that R control in every one of these words. So it's car, guitar, author. Okay, listen for AR in these words. Now listen to the difference. So you've got care, bear, mare, scare, aquarium. Weird, right? Okay, one's saying R and one's saying air. Okay. All right. Let's read these and listen for the UR sound. Fur, burn, turnip. And let's look at IR and listen to the sound of IR in bird. Bird. Does that not sound the same as turnip? Okay, burn and bird. So that IR and UR, it's not up there, it's down here. Okay. Getting a little testy myself, I guess. UR and IR sound the same. Okay? And then you got this OR, and let's read these and listen for this OR sound. So it's for manor, observatory, author, orchard, fork. Orchard, fork, orchard. Okay? But it's kind of got its own distinctive sound, OR does. But here we go again with this ER sound, and it's going to say again. We heard it up here in fur. We're hearing it down here in her. Okay? So let's read these and listen for that sound. Her, butter, cutter, and mother. So if you're encoding, if you don't know for sure and you haven't memorized your URs, your IRs, and your ERs, they sound the same. Sound the same. So it won't help you one bit with your spelling, will it? Okay? Okay, let's continue with our vowels. And here's our little Y that can substitute for a vowel. It can be the only vowel in a syllable, like Jim. Y, it's going to be an I there. It's going to be my, it's going to be an I there. Try, I, and baby, going to be an E. Okay? And then the W, it can substitute for a vowel, and it'll always follow A as in Paul. It's going to say all. You might think it was supposed to say A, but it didn't. It says all. E as in new, ooh. Okay, and O as in grow. Okay? Now, if this is just driving you absolutely batty, when you sit down to teach somebody to read, remember this. So I remember what Nancy Sue did to us. Okay? Just remember that. Okay? Because it's not an easy task, especially when you're an adult, to try to learn all these 46, 47 sounds. Okay? All right, let's talk about some of these consonants. The consonants that have some multiple sounds or phonemes. C can make two sounds, and we already found its soft sound. It can make a sound like S. And G can make a sound like J, make its soft sound, like in gym. So we got soft C in city, scent, and cycle. I should have made this the same color. Bad PowerPoint work there for me. Get is J, sounds like a J. Get, gate, got, gun. Okay, sorry. The J sound as in Jim, gentle, and giraffe. Okay? So we've got, and I'm going to just back up here. I think I've been here too long. All right. Let's look at the hard sound. Hard sound of C is as in cat, coat, cut, and music. You hear that K sound? You hear city, scent, and cycle. You hear that S sound? Okay, soft and hard. Okay, do you hear and get, whoops, let me get my little, get, gate, got, and gun. You hear the G sound and the J sound in Jim, gentle, giraffe. So when you're working with C, you have to be aware of soft C, hard C, soft G, and hard G. But the good thing about it is most consonants have one sound, but there's a lot of them that have more than one. And here's some more. S. S can make the sound like in sit, s, or it can make the Z sound as in has. So it sounds like a Z. Has. X can make three sounds. It can be like the X in box. It can sound like exact. It sounds like GS, exact. It can sound like the Z in xylophone. Xylophone and Xerox. So X can be three different sounds. Q can have two sounds. It can sound like the KW, only it's spelled with queen, it's qua, and the K, critique. Q is always followed by U and another vowel. So but it'll make two sounds. It can make two sounds. But when you're spelling it, you can just kind of depend on QU to be spelled QU. Okay, Y, we've already talked about that. It can make three sounds. It can be an E, as in baby, my, an I, or it can be just Y, yellow. Okay. All right, and I'm not going to read all these, but on your sheet, I've given you a list of consonant sounds, and I've given you a key word for every one of the consonant sounds. I've given you hard C, soft C, D and F, hard G, soft G, H and J, all of these. And then on the next frame, you've got the T, V, W. And remember that W can act like a vowel. The X can be like exact or xylophone. And Y can also be a vowel. And Z is pretty consistent. So you've got all of those there. An example of beginning consonant sounds. Okay? These are fun because when you blend two consonant sounds together, you put two or more letters, they appear together, and you hear each sound because the sounds blend together. You don't hear one more than you do the other because you've got a blend. And the neat thing about blends, you have your L blends. And L can be blended with a B, a C, an F, a G, or P, or L. So you hear like BL in blend. You don't hear a B and you don't hear an L. You hear a bl. Okay? In CL, you don't hear a C, you don't hear an L, you hear a flake. GL, and PL, you hear and SL, you hear sl. Okay? So that's the L blends. Now the neat thing about it, you have L blends, you have R blends, and you have S blends. So look at the R blends. R can blend with B, C, D, F, G, P, or T. Okay? So let's read this and see what you hear. You won't hear a B and you won't hear an R, but you'll hear brown. Listen for CR blend. Listen for the DR blend. FR blend. GR blend. And PR blend. And TR. Okay, you don't hear a T. You don't hear the T sound. You hear tr. tree. Okay, so we got L blends, we got R blends, we got S blends. And look what the S's can do. They can be blended. The S can be blended with L, M, N, or P, or T. And listen for that SL when you say slogan. Listen for that SM when you say. Listen for that SN when you say. Looking for the SP in special. And the ST in stop. You hear how those blend together. When you're teaching somebody, please make sure you teach those. Okay? All right. Then we have three-letter consonant blends. You can have SHR and it makes it all blends together to say shroud, shroud, shroud. So it says shroud. Okay? SPL says splash. SPR, spring. SQU, and STR, and THR, thruh. Okay? So you got three-letter blends, two-letter blends. Okay? All right. All right. I think we're getting towards the end. Are you weary? Are you weary? Okay, we're getting close. Okay, here's two letters. They don't blend together. We just looked at two letters put together, but these don't blend together. They're different because they make their own distinctive sound, and they're called digraphs. Okay, so you've got digraphs in a CH as in church, a CK as in chick, an FF as in cliff, and a GH as in and a GN as in gnarled, okay? A KN as in and an LL as in NG and NK. Then look at these digraphs. PH, making a fuss sound. QU and SH and SS, TH, bath, TH, WH, and WR, and ZZ, fuzz, fuzz. Okay? So there's digraphs. Digraphs are two letters, but they make a different sound. Okay? And then you have these wonderful little trigraphs. But there's one sound with three letters. And you have CHR, chrome, and DGE. Isn't that lovely to spell? DGE, as in partridge. And TCH, as in catch. Okay? And those are trigraphs. One sound, three letters. Okay? And then silent letters. So much fun. So much fun in spelling. Because you want to spell no, N-O-W, and it can't be. It's got to be that silent K. And you want to spell nat, N-A-T, but you got to remember to put that G in there. And you want to spell pneumonia with an N, but you have to remember to put the P in there. Oh, in this one, psychology, have to remember to put the P. Right, remember to put the W. Catch. Oh, that's okay. Catch is a T and then the TCH. Okay, catch. And hedge, that D, you have to remember to put it in there even though you don't hear it. Whistle, got to remember to put that T between the L, the S and the L. You don't hear that T. Whistle, you don't hear it, but you have to put it in there. And, okay, where are we? Okay, khaki. You don't hear khaki. Yeah. You don't hear that H. You're not hearing that H. Rhyme. Okay, you're not hearing that H. You just want to spell it R-Y-M-E, please. Okay. N after M. Column. You don't hear that N, but you have to remember to put it on there. And then Y following A as in may, bay, lay, day, gay, hey, J, pay. And Y is silent. You just have to remember that's how it's spelled. Okay? All right. Everything you want to know about phonics. All right. Let's review. If you look at this as an overall, it's not so overwhelming, I think. If you look at it as consonants and just know you have consonant sounds, you have consonant blends, and how many different kind of blends did we find? We found L blends, S blends, and R blends. And then you had some 3-letter blends, okay? And then you've got consonant digraphs, and those are those consonants together, but that one sound. And then your trigraphs, consonant trigraphs, okay? So when you just look at those 4 little components, think, oh, well, that's not too bad. But then when you break it down into all of those, okay, let's look at the vowels. You got your long vowels, short vowels, schwa, that little upside down E, and your lovely little diphthong vowels, and your R control vowels. If you counted all of those, which I'm sure you did, there was about 47, 48 different sounds made out of 26 English alphabet letters, the graphemes. So about 47 phonemes made out of 26 graphemes. Okay, all right, questions about what I've put at you today? No, I didn't get any shoes thrown at me.